Oh, right. Whoa. Man, I went live really quick. Usually it takes about 4-5 seconds, something like that. But hello and welcome to tonight's Dinos. Cherished Hatchling. Right up there, as you can see from that absolutely fantastic thumbnail. That really worked out super duper. I added some leaves, as you can tell from the art. Cherished Hatchling doesn't start out with that, and it sort of just fit perfectly, focused right on that cute little dino that unfortunately is going to die. Sadly. But we're going to fight, we're going to interact, I hope. Maybe it's just too hard of a requirement to meet, but tonight, Cherished Hatchling is featured 1 in a green for a 2/1, so it's kind of nice. It's not completely wimpy being a 1/1. But when Cherished Hatchling dies, you may cast dinosaur spells this turn as though they had flash. Could be useful, but the main thing I'm hoping for is when this creature enters the battlefield, you may have it fight another target creature. So you have to actually cast the dino. You can't cheat them out. You can't return them from the graveyard, anything like that. You have to specifically cast them to gain that ability to fight another target creature. And it does say another target creature, so maybe if the opponent doesn't have any, of course, we could potentially have a Ripjaw Raptor fight another Ripjaw Raptor to draw 2 cards. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, but for the most part, when you want to fight something, basically everything says fight another creature an opponent controls. Most of the time you're not able to target your own creatures, and you really wouldn't want to target your own creatures, but having that little line of text in there, that could come in handy. But we do have to get the Cherished Hatchling to die. The main way I'm hoping to do that, and how I've tried it in the past, is of course Marauding Raptor, playing Cherished Hatchling for a single green, ping, dies, and then we play something else afterwards. But if Marauding Raptor killed Cherished Hatchling, it's also going to ping whatever we play. Ripjaw, shifting. Temporarily, you know, shifting is going down to 2 toughness, Ripjaw going down to 3, and that really does hurt the possible targets that we could fight and still have whatever dino we fought with survive. So that's something to keep in mind. But maybe for the most part, if we're just going to fight and take something out, kind of consider it as a removal spell. Hopefully you get to keep the dino. Hopefully you would get to keep Ripjaw Raptor, but Cherished Hatchling for a green, Ripjaw Raptor for 1 and 2 green, hopefully just 2 green. Fight, maybe for the most part destroy target creature, because 4 powers, yeah, it's pretty good. Takes out quite a wide range of threats, but say you're fighting, you're going to kill the creature, you draw a card, that's alright, even if you don't get to keep it. But hopefully that's the case, and if we have some dinos in hand and there's a board wipe, Cherished Hatchling dying in that case, and we're not left with Marauding Raptor either, so we could potentially flash a dino in at the end of the opponent's turn after that Wrath, and hopefully stick some bodies on board, and then play a bunch more on our actual turn and kind of go fast, hasty, do the trick. Like I mentioned in the description, there's got to be some way to make Cherished Hatchling work. Perhaps with the Lost Caverns of Ixalan, we'll get something that is a perfect pairing to this card. And Territorial Allosaurus, actually, I got to bring that guy up. I think it actually could be quite fantastic with Cherished. That's not how you spell it. Hold on a second here. Territorial, is that how you spell it? Still not how. There we go. I knew that would get it. But Territorial Allosaurus, if we kick it, when it enters the battlefield, it fights. But that is casting it, so if Cherished Hatchling has died, Territorial Allosaurus can fight 2 things. I don't know about you, but that seems pretty decent. Perhaps it's just costing too much. It does require 2 cards. Maybe Territorial Allosaurus is only reduced by 1, so a kicker of 3 then paying 3 for a total of 6. Cherished Hatchling for 1 is 7. To fight and take out 2 things, that's pretty expensive. Pretty darn expensive. Oh yes, well, technically, Stanley, there is one. It should be legal in Explorer. It is legal in Explorer, but for whatever reason, they just haven't added it in. I have to actually go out of the list to show you. Rampaging Ferocidon. For whatever reason, well, it's not a very common card, and it's not used by a lot of people, but this was from the gift set, I believe. M19 gift set or something that had a big, massive creature for each of the 5 colors. And Rampaging Ferocidon, I have used it a little bit in the past, and I should be able to use it in Explorer, but for whatever reason they just haven't turned it on. Any other dino? Let me think. That's a tough one. Pygmy Allosaurus. Now, Pygmy Allosaurus, for anybody that doesn't know Ice Age, so way back when in the late 90s, a set that old, 2 and 2 green for a 2/2 swamp walk. So if the opponent has any swamp, Pygmy Allosaurus is unblockable. It's not a very good card, but I just think it would be kind of funny to use. Other than that, Pygmy Allosaurus probably my top pick, just because it's amusing. Well, then hopefully at some point they turn on Rampaging Ferocidon and I get to start using it in Explorer. Scryfall and other search engines do say that it is legal. It's sort of a glitch, an oversight, I believe, on their part. But back to list. Get back to that. Game plan, nothing too crazy. Again, Cherished Hatchling. Hopefully fighting and interacting enough with this thing. Keeping down big stuff. Topiary Stomper. Of course, if Cherished Hatchling dies, we don't have a Marauding. Pretty fantastic. Flashing Topiary in to get a basic land and fight before we get to 7 lands. So we do make use of Topiary Stomper that way. Oh, Draco, how's it? Regal Behemoth. Oh, yes. Monarch. It would be interesting. I don't know. I think we'll get at least a couple black dinos. We gotta get at least a couple. I think Rotting Regisaur is enough to go for Jund, but maybe another zombie dinosaur. I mean, potentially there is Labyrinth Raptor. It's kind of hit and miss. I still haven't found the perfect mix for Labyrinth Raptor. Of course, there is Rampaging Ferocidon. Get that sideboard up there. So we do have another lovely dinosaur with menace to pair with the Labyrinth Raptor. But yeah, just haven't found quite the right mix for this guy. But we're going to get more. I mean, they already have some dinos in blue, some dinos in black. Of course, a ton of dinos in white. They're going to explore that space further, I think, with Lost Caverns of Ixalan. Oh, we can get just about anything. But you got to imagine, Caverns, Lost, that sort of makes me feel like blue and black colors. Maybe we'll get a little bit more dinos in that. Of course, we'll likely get dinos in every single color, which it is fantastic that it's a tribe that can go into all of them. It does have some pretty cool options in all those colors already. A lot of positives to look forward to with dinos. 5C dino. Hey, yes. You know what? How about I whip up and play one match with 5C dino just for you? If I can find it here. It might not be Explorer legal. Where did it go? Somewhere over here. No, that's not Old Fogey. Let me see. 4C. I got 4C. Man, it's just dino decks for days. Oh, Rainbow Apex Dino. That's a 5C dino deck. But yeah, I don't think it's Explorer legal. Traditional Historic, let's see if it makes a fuss when I switch to Traditional Explorer. So yeah, Rad. It's a Rad deck, but Rad standing for Rainbow Apex. Focused on Snapdax and Illuna. I mean, they're kind of dinos, but Illuna also being a beast elemental and Snapdax being a cat nightmare. Certainly a wacky combination. If they can make combinations like this, Draco, like you say, we're going to get a vampire dinosaur. I think it's got to happen. That wouldn't even be crazy, a vampire dinosaur, when you look at, you know, something pretty sweet like this. Oh, yeah, Ancient Ziggurat. I gotta take that out. That's pretty sweet. That's the only thing. Huh. Ancient Ziggurat is quite fantastic, and if you're in Historic and you're all in on creatures, tap to add 1 mana of any color. Spend that mana only to cast a creature spell. Pretty lovely stuff if you're, yeah, in 3 colors, 4 colors, and super heavy with maybe enter the battlefield effects from creatures. You can really make something like Ancient Ziggurat work quite nicely. Possibly. There might be enough legendary dinos. And Bard class. We got to look at Bard class. Do I not even have a single copy of Bard class? I am hoping for enough dinos that are red and green and legendary to make a Gruul Bard class dino legendary dino list work. I don't think we're quite there yet. Maybe 1 or 2 more and I probably make it work. But it does work with, you know, if the dino is only red or only green, it still does get some cost reduction. And I've seen some pretty fantastic lists pop off. This is actually a pretty hard matchup for me. Lots of those cheap legendary things. But Joyra's familiar? Let me look that up. Yeah, I could see that. I always thought Joyra's, I think that's how you pronounce it. Joyra's familiar. For 4 is maybe a little bit too much. Historic spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. I'd almost want maybe something else that reduced the cost. For 3 perhaps. I mean, I would still want to have Marauding Raptor in, which would be kind of painful if I played Marauding and couldn't play Joyra's Familiar. Very expensive? Yes, I think so. But I don't think they're super expensive if you add in the Apex dinos from Ikoria. Illuna costing 5, Snapdax costing 4, potentially Snapdax coming down hasty on turn 3. After that turn 2 Otepec Huntmaster. That is scary. The entrance animation on Snapdax is absolutely scary, but hasty, double strike, 3/5, turn 2. Then maybe you mutate and copy onto it the following turn, and then you get 2 triggers right there. The one that was out, the one that you put on. Take out 2 things, 4 damage, gain 8 life. Ooh, scary. I don't know. It is tempting to go with some of those expensive dinos for sure, but okay. We'll do one match with these. It's been so long since I played this actual list. Secluded Courtyard was like probably 6 months out at that point. Neon Dynasties, nobody had any idea. I don't even think Kamigawa Neon Dynasty was even announced when I was playing this particular list, which is pretty crazy to think about. Everything's a little illegal there. Okay. Yeah, just a lot of dinos. Speaking of other colored dinos, Nezahal, lovely stuff against control. Draw a bunch of things, and Ripjaw, Death Gorge, Anger of the Gods. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Cross the fingers, but I think this list still needs a few more tweaks. I have a good feeling about it, though. Definitely going to be surprising for the opponent, that's for sure. Hopefully going first. But yeah, then we'll jump in with that Cherished Hatchling list. But 5-color dinos, no fear, no limits, and no excuses here. Win or lose, it's always a good time, and certainly nice to try something flashy like this. Cold Cuts. Kind of makes me want to sub. That could be good. That could lead to turn 3 snapdacks. Not hasty, of course, but that looks pretty good. Got to be that Rootbound Crag. We don't have a mountain or forest at the moment, and really need 2 untapped for turn 2, 3. Ooh, that's also good. But if we want to play that turn 3 snapdacks, it's got to be Secluded Courtyard and the other Secluded Courtyard for the source of white and the source of black. That forest actually would have screwed us up a little bit. Music is missing. Oh, shoot. Yes, I left it on the stream data, whatchamacallit. Okay. It's up. Song of Storms, Super Lo-Fi 64. Alright, well, this is, it's interesting, to say the least. I kind of want to leave Snapdax to... Yeah, I should mutate Snapdax on somebody next turn, now that I think about it. Snapdax with men... Oh, I like that. Snapdax with Trample from Shifting Ceratops. Oh, I don't know. Yes, it is a scary turn 3. But I'm going to save that Snapdax, mutate it onto the Shifting Ceratops to kill the Steel Leaf Champion, and then potentially I can give Snapdax that has Double Strike now, Trample, due to Shifting. Hopefully nobody dies. But we will get to see that entrance animation. Gaining 4 life when Snapdax mutates should buy us a little bit of time here. Of course, unfortunately I can't block anybody. Maybe it won't buy us enough time. Probably not. It's going down to 5, but you're seeing potential. It's mutate time. Definitely put it under. Gotta kill the Pelt Collector, actually, now that I think about it. That's probably gonna do it, I feel. To slap Trample on somebody and, well, that doesn't make sense. I guess so, yeah. Yeah, that would still do it. Actually, oh. I don't think it will, if Marauding blocks Ronus. Bronus. That was alright. I mean, we're probably dead. We'll see. I like Commune and Rampaging, though. Also like Galta eventually. Yeah, we could potentially get Luna next turn, which would be quite nice. Oh, that would be lovely on Shifting. If we live through this, it might be alright. Double Strike on Galta, hoofs. That would be pretty cool. Blizzard Brawl. Primal Might will certainly do the trick. They're using our own signature fighting spell with Galta in the art there. But it's a mono green ramp. Classic, fantastic mono green ramp. Potentially, Anger of the Gods could hit enough things. Might be nice, but they get out of control and out of range quick. We may just end up hitting the Mystic Elves. Of course, the Steel Leaf Champion is out of range. Might be able to hit the Mammoth. Pelt Collector. Actually, with this variation, that can get to 4 quite easily. So I think we'll leave Anger of the Gods out. Definitely, I want to bring in Ripjaw, because drawn stuff and a nice, fantastic body. Don't really need Rampaging. Of course, the Menace on Snapdax or Aluna would be quite lovely. Yeah, I think that looks good. Alright, let's go. Turn 3 Hasty Snapdax. Woohoo. I mean, I do like to see 4 lands with the Ripjaw. Shifting Start, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to hope for something that costs 3. Maybe a Marauding Raptor or an Otepec Huntmaster. Not quite, but Regisaur Alpha, pretty nice. Hopefully get enough bodies online early. Oh, well, unfortunately, 1 turn too short, but as long as they don't have some fighting interaction. But I think they may have brought in their Blizzard Brawls as well, seeing that we are heavily creature-based. So they probably have... I jinxed myself. I jinx myself. I always do that. But yeah, starting off with Primal Might, it doesn't need a target. So you're facing control, nothing to fight. Sink all available mana into Primal Might for a bigger swing. So it's not dead in any matchup as long as you have a creature. But Primal Might does require a target. So likely they had Primal Might in the sideboard, bringing it in. Wait, yikes, 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 yikes. But like I said, it's nice to have a lot of stuff for 4. Certainly going to probably block the Steel Leaf Champion. They got it. Well, they did have enough for that Collected Company. Actually, I would like to stop them drawing cards. And Ripjaw, okay, does survive this interaction. Lives to draw another day. Ooh. Can we mutate? I think we can mutate. Nuts. I thought they might have some shenanigans up their sleeve. That would have been good. Well, well, well. Gotta be Huntmaster plus shifting. And we'll see how much they're swinging with. It would be lethal if they play a land, Kazandu Mammoth at 5 and the Steel Leaf Champion. Okay, that's not so bad. I'll let them through with the Steel Leaf. Oh, nuts. Okay, well, well. Well, well, well. Huntmaster, I'm sorry, good buddy. You gotta block. Time to gain a little bit of life. Right. Nuts. They got another land. Nope, that's still 6. Oh, they might have something. Huh. Primal Might of fighting. Actually, this looks pretty good. Oh my goodness. I can mutate Snapdax onto shifting again, but I don't want to do that. I want lots of double strikers. Actually, no, I gotta gain life. I gotta double mutate, double damage, double life, double destruction, and doom. Take out the 1/1 so that Lovestruck Beast can't attack us. And just bam, bam, bing, bang, boom, slap him for 10. I think we should be safe at 12. Especially since they don't have a 1/1 now. Oh! Alright. That was also scary. Potentially scary turn 3 there, but my goodness. I know. That's a fantastic thing. It's okay to see multiple copies of Snapdex. If you mutate a Snapdex onto a Snapdex, multiple instances of that removal, and 4 damage. And it's not just to a creature, it's creature or planeswalker, so it's actually quite versatile. Take it to creature, take it to planeswalker. If you get 2 triggers, gain 8 life. Maybe later on a Luna mutates on to both of them. You get the idea. It gets out of control. And now possibly with a mutate list, maybe I want some other dinos that also mutate, just to really potentially go off. There are some mutating dinos to consider, but for now, this deck is rad. Rainbow, Apex Dino. At least gets her done. Sometimes it's not fast enough. Of course, Mono Green Ramp, they got that Steel Leaf Champion, Kazandu Mammoth, Ronus, Bronus, lots of nasty things. Sometimes there's not a lot you can do. But, looks pretty fantastic. We at least have 2 untapped for turn 2. Able to go... Oh boy. If we get a 3rd land, we could go turn 2 Marauding, turn 3 the 2nd Marauding, and Ripjaw Raptor for 2 green. Not quite, but still should be pretty good. Possibly Drover the Mighty for a single green, and then Marauding Raptor afterwards. Good commander. I don't know, I almost feel like it'd be pretty sweet to go with Zilortha, Strength Incarnate, or the Godzilla. I've always thought it's a cheap legendary dino. I think it's pretty much the cheapest legendary dino. So if I had to make some commander list with it, I'd probably work something in with Zilortha. I know a lot of people use Gishath or Zakama just to get that extra color, but I think it would work. Okay, so Ronus can't attack or block, definitely. We're applying the pressure with Marauding. Oh, a Planeswalker has command. Oh, I see. I guess a Huatli. Yeah. Yeah, I remember reading about it. It didn't take off a whole lot, I think, but... yeah, I don't know. I can actually mutate to Snapdax. Ooh. Ooh, I like that. Let me think, though. No, you know what? I would rather Galta. Marauding Raptor for 1 gets us to that 10 reduction. That is pretty fantastic. Always look for the cheap Galta, the cheap queen. Oh, if we mutate Snapdax on Galta next turn, this is... actually, probably Domri. I would say Domri Anarch of Bolas, just because he's such a fantastic Swiss Army knife. It's hard to top that. Oh my goodness, did we just do it? Oh, this is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. Oh, I was just whipping this up. Man, that's the highlight of the night, and it wasn't even the featured deck of the night alive. I didn't even have to play 10 matches to get this to make it look good. Pretend like it was good. All it took was 1, and that was fun. I mean, that's about the best thing you could... Yes, rad, doing work. You can't hope for anything better than that. Mutating onto it, we would have killed the Steel Leaf Champion, and then we have a 12 trample Double Strike. Who needs Embercleave when you got Snapdax? Which actually, now that I think about it, the fact that Snapdax gives Double Strike is kind of like an Embercleave, an enchantment of sorts, but it's also removal. If the dinosaur that we're mutating onto already has Trample, of course, it's got that part of the Embercleave package, or Temur Battle Rage, anything that's giving Double Strike and Trample together. And there are a lot of dinos that have Trample, so maybe focusing on that, and then getting the Double Strike with Snapdax to take stuff out, gain some life, swing with a board that's a little bit more open. Ooh, I'm a little sad we didn't get to swing with Galta there, but we'll move on to the Cherished Hatchling list. That was a pretty fun start. My. I'm gonna have to continue to dig that up a little bit more, tweak it some. But, yeah, has potential. I mean, taking down mono green, I like that. Like I mentioned, it's sometimes rough. They just slam too many big things. Grey Motgus. I think they're stumbling a little bit in the land department, so it gave us some time to build things up. Yeah, well, I can work with that. Commune, nice. We can hopefully grab Marauding Raptor. Oh yeah, definitely. Hopefully at least a couple times tonight. Cherished Hatchling shows its potential. We got Cauldron Familiar to start things off. That's just rude. Gonna go with Jetmirs, of course. Turn 1 Commune, always nice. If I don't have a play, but I do have enough plays. I don't know that they'd waste Fatal Push or Cut Down on the Cherished Hatchling. Probably if we're completely tapped out and we don't have the potential to play some Dino after it dies. I may just hold back on the Cherished Hatchling, actually. Yes, oh, this is not a bug. It is a feature now. The best pet ever. You can't top it. I love it. Man, that's it. Lovely stuff. This is the thing that gets people playing the game, gets them talking about the game. So I actually think they should just leave it in. Maybe tweak it a little bit, but it's just so amusing. You can't beat it. You know what? They only have one red up. I don't think they'll be able to kill Cherished Hatchling. They had one black up, or two for Stomp. I've claimed. Okay. Well, the list coming up tomorrow night has a lot of dinos that are above 3, so we don't have to worry about Claim the Firstborn. This is kind of a new, well, a recent old edition. I faced Rakdos, Claim the Firstborn, Sacrifice way back when in Historic, a year and a half ago. It was very painful at that time. The Ponza deck, oh, maybe. I guess tonight's kind of turning into a variety night, now that I think about it. Yeah, I'm just going to go with the Sunwing. And hope they don't have another Claim the Firstborn, but yeah, that was nasty about a year and a half ago. Lots of cheap dinos. I shouldn't have talked about Claim the Firstborn so much, but again, we're looking at the positives. That's 2 less Claim the Firstborn. Pretty good chance they don't have a third one in hand. And we haven't seen a single Thoughtseize yet. Well, I gotta search for anybody. But yeah, maybe the Ponza deck coming up. Topiary Stomper, let's just keep it with that stable ramp. Again, probably that Marauding Raptor is, or would have kicked the can. And we got plenty of lands. If Topiary Stomper can survive long enough, we will get to 7 for him. Down to 12 though is kind of rough. Land destruction guy. Oh, Zozu. I have read Zozu the Punisher before. I don't quite exactly remember what it does, but I mean, it's a fantastic name, fantastic art. That's really what drew me to it. And there's that Fatal Push. Well, they don't have a lot of cards in hand. We do have a lot of lands. Commune has another Topiary. Will get us to 6. We play our land for the turn, get to 7. But they can kill Topiary, they can steal Topiary. Regisaur Alpha, that's a little bit harder to deal with. It would be nice to wait. If I had 6 lands, I can go Huntmaster for 2, Regisaur for 4. But we'll do a little bit of pressure with the token. Yes, yes, oh yeah. That's just lovely stuff. I remember there was something about dealing damage when something came into play. I was kind of thinking of adding it to my real-life paper goblin deck. JDX, how's it going? Hopefully you're having a good night. But we'll always have a good night here. And luckily we're kind of stabilizing a little bit. They have nothing in hand. They only got 3 lands. This feels good. Definitely Regisaur. Get a bunch more bodies. A lot more fun. Yeah. Huntmaster for 2, Regisaur for 4, like I was mentioning. Golden. Good stuff. Good stuff. People say I have pretty big eyebrows. I mean, usually I'm pretty calm, but when I'm expressive, you know it. I just use them and it helps. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's not something I consciously think about, but it just does add a nice extra element. What's that? 9, that might be it, actually. They're gonna slap that mate. Oh, that's good. That's good. They goofed. They should have played that Mayhem Devil. They thought they could play the land plus the Mayhem Devil. They got so excited, played the land. Oh, we're lucky. We're lucky. Super serious anime character. Hey. Well, could be. Could be. I do like anime. Wine, good stuff. I only like some wines. Ice wine. I don't like red wine. Mostly it's just ice wine. Yes, always a good time. Ooh. I mean, there's no more bodies, which is kind of unfortunate. Slap that Stomping Ground down. I would like to pressure him somewhat. Gonna have to worry about Hive of the Eye Tyrant or Den of the Bugbears, which could finish us off. We'll apply a little bit of pressure with... Actually, they have a bunch of food, so they'll bring the cat back. I'll attack with just a token. Hey, how's it going? How's it going? MD 2020. Have to keep that in mind. I don't have wine too much. Usually if somebody just offers me a can of beer or something like that, I have no fear. If they hand me a beer, I will be near. Yeah, I'm pretty open to trying new things. I'll try new things with dinos, try new foods, definitely. New adult beverages, as they're called. I always thought that was funny. Adult beverages. Makes you sound sophisticated a little. With the Mayhem Devil, that could be it. Ooh. Kinjalli Sunwing, though. That's going to be interesting. Cauldron Familiar coming into play. Tapped if they do shenanigans that way. They might just finish off the Huntmaster. Maybe if we had Kinjalli Sunwing down a turn sooner, might have been able to make something happen, but pretty much got to be everything. Otherwise we would just be dead, guaranteed next turn. They do their cat oven stuff, ping us, then they'd also do the next round, next turn, and bad things would happen. If you just wait around, you'd die anyways, unfortunately. Yeah, that is, it's not quite gonna do it, but we know what it is. And we're packing the heat. Kind of. Blast Zone, 100%. I mean, tomorrow night, I'm going to be using a list that also features Blast Zone. That just seems to be lovely. The thing I should be using. Mono blue spirits, taking out lots of the spirits that cost 1, possibly that cost 2. They can't counter Blast Zone because it is a land. It's fantastic durability and fantastic versatility, taking out a lot of the cheap stuff. But specifically, Blast Zone against this deck, kill the oven, kill the cat, and the cat can't come back. This time, I hope. And, of course, worst case scenario, it is just a land. It's going to help us ramp towards lovely stuff. Rampaging Ferocidon, though, against this Rakdos cat oven, that's the thing. The ticket. Cherished Hatchling, not quite going to be doing enough. They got a lot of little creatures. Nothing too big that we would want to fight, or usually that we would want to fight, I think. Shifting with Trample, of course, very nice, potentially. Don't have to worry about the chump blockers, all the little creatures. Yeah, maybe all the Huntmasters. Yeah. Bring a couple Carnage Tyrant. Actually, cut the shifting. Something that dies to the Fatal Push. Other removal. Bringing the full package of Carnage. And still a couple shifting there, but if we can land that Carnage, oftentimes against this deck, Carnage Tyrant has seemed to do the trick. If we can maybe get him low enough. Of course, Rampaging plus Carnage, super duper pressure right there. So that is not a super duper hand. It has no lands. I do demand, and there we go. Yeah, so I mean, that's the fantastic thing about going with a tribal. Technically, that's 2 sources of green for the Topiary. We got red, white, whatever we need to get her done. Yeah, I want the card draw from Ripjaw. Hey, that rhymes again, man. It's all about the rhymes tonight. I like it. Unlucky witness. This is a unlucky opponent. Hopefully Marauding survives at least one turn. I would like at least one turn to get the Topiary Stomper down, just in case we don't draw land next turn. Yeah, definitely Topiary Stomper. If we can get to 4, you know, then Marauding dies later on, we would be able to still play the Ripjaws we got. Let's see, do it. You know you wanna. They looked at it, it's Fatal Push. If they look at it, you know bad things. Eaten alive. That is pretty good. Eaten alive, but where is it? For anybody that doesn't know, 1 black sorcery has an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice a creature, or pay 3 in black, which they would never do. Exile target creature or planeswalker. This deck, lots of little things that they naturally want to sacrifice, so effectively for 1 black sorcery speed, exile target creature or planeswalker. You could cut out all that text there. That's pretty lovely removal. Hard to top that, really. And I mean, sometimes you do run the risk with Commune, having the suite of Unclaimed and Secluded, you can't play it. And we don't have Anger of the Gods, which, so we got a land, and we got a Topiary. So we're kind of off to the races. Definitely got to grab a forest just to allow us to go with Commune. Hey, Braids. Oh, Draco, I think you mentioned Braids last night. That is scary. You know what? I'm going to sacrifice it. We got our value of Topiary Stomper, getting that land. Pretty expensive to get the 1 basic, but we weren't able to attack or block with it anyways. So it definitely feels okay to, yeah, sacrifice it. Definitely Commune, get a land for the turn. But you can see right now, Anger of the Gods, 3 damage to each creature. That would certainly do the trick. And would do the trick against most opponents, I feel. Carnage Tyrant next turn might help us out. Definitely if Ripjaw can survive stuff, would be nice to, well, block something if they attack with it. Imagine they'll sacrifice the Blood Tithe Harvester, force us to, or see if we want to sacrifice the Ripjaw here. I'll decline. 8's, I mean, it's pretty low, but I definitely want to preserve this Ripjaw. I could just kill it with a Fatal Push, sacrifice it. Hey, Fatal Push is good. So, having a dino that costs 5 or more, and there is fantastic dinos that cost 5 or more, it is nice to dodge Fatal Push. Yeah, we'll just go Ripjaw again, but oh man, I am missing Anger of the Gods dearly. Or just some sweeper. Ramp up, maybe you use a sweeper that's so powerful it takes out all the other dinos, but you get to at least 6, 7. You're able to follow up with Carnage Tyrant after playing that sweeper, or you just play Carnage Tyrant, and then at a later turn you play the sweeper, and of course, I mean, not a whole lot is taken out Carnage Tyrant. Burn down the house, Hour of Devastation, both dealing 5 damage, Carnage Tyrant, surviving through that. Lovely stuff. I mean, that's a pretty good thing to be left with, if it is the only thing that you're left with. Well, I just don't think they can kill us. Maybe. Sack the blood token, treasure, 2 damage. Oh, see, well, yeah, that's certainly gonna do it. But at the very least, as has happened in scenarios like this, you see how a damage-based sweeper would absolutely have done the trick. Alrighty. Cherished Hatchling. Let's... Oh, hey, we got a pack. Gotta open that up. Oh, tons. Look at all that gold and XP. Almost up to 50,000. Definitely. I think my prediction was right. I'm on track for 300,000 gold at least by the time Lost Caverns of Ixalan releases. That's the plan. Maybe 350,000. That is going to be an absolutely fantastic pack opening. Wildcard. There. Urborg Lurgoyf. I always used to pronounce it the Lurgoyf when I started out in 2007, 2008. Yeah, I always called it the Lurgoyf. Kind of not pronouncing the O. Maybe it's silent. Lurgoyf? Lurgoff? Something like that. It is pretty cool to see us get more Lurgoyfs. But I'm almost out of coffee. I gotta get more. See if it's another Rakdos. I think that's definitely the most popular thing overall. But I still saw quite a wide variety last night, which is pretty nice. Oh, playing first. Yep. Oh, that's good. That is... Yes. I think I'll take the turn off. Go Jetmirs. I mean, Commune, of course, could dig for that. I'm going to take the risk. Marauding. Well, it's not marauding. I think Kinjalli Sunwing might be better. I see the Bant Spara sleeves. Maybe it's some shenanigans cheating out creatures or something. So maybe Kinjalli Sunwing having all that stuff come into play tapped could be pretty good. Oh, blue. Okay. Yeah, Jetmirs it is. So, definitely shifting should help out. Rampy. Oh, painful stuff. Yes, okay. They're gonna do... Well, if I saw red, I would think... what is the card? Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue there. Can't quite remember. Yeah, let's get that ramp topiary. Don't need Kinjalli Sunwing yet, so might as well get a little bit farther ahead. Potentially get that hasty shifting Ceratops next turn. Oh, elementals. Maybe. This should be pretty good for us. I mean, it's tempting to get Topiary. Yeah, let's Topiary, get to 7 lands next turn, be able to attack with both Topiaries and the Shifting Ceratops. Some sort of ramping stuff. At the very least, Tireless Tracker would only go to 3 toughness, but it'd go to 4 power, so I'd be able to trade with one of the Topiaries there, but I'd be alright with that. I imagine they'll keep the 2 back, surprise us with sacking a clue. Or maybe think they're going to surprise us. Sacking the clue, Tireless Tracker to 4 power. I'm going to be aggressive. Maybe they have a counter spell or bouncing of some kind. They're probably weighing the option of holding the 2 to sack a clue, woohoo, or I don't know, playing a little bit more ramp perhaps with a creature, a growth spiral maybe. One day. Well, I'm not falling asleep. I got plenty of coffee, but the dinos are falling asleep. Ooh, what the heck is that? Well, they don't have enough to sack a clue, which is very good for us. Yeah. Shifting, hasty. Swing with everything. Oh, that's actually pretty good. I held back the 1 green from Jetmir's Garden there, just in case I needed to give trample on shifting, but now that, you know, shifting's gotten through, I used the 2 for the Cherished Hatchling, and hopefully it's not something nasty that they foretold. Simic extra turns ramp. This gets nasty. Certainly feels like we're in an okay position, but I mean, they could just keep taking extra turns after extra turns, and yeah, this is it's going downhill. But possibly Kinjalli Sunwing might help a little bit here. They still don't have a whole lot. Oh, this looks good. Maximum damage. Birds can't block shifting, which is quite nice. Possibly it could have swung for Nissa, but I feel that I'm close enough with him being at 11. I'll just go all out. I think probably 1 bird will block the Topiary there. Oh, okay. I'm pretty happy to take out an island, but at this point having Nissa, losing a land really doesn't affect them that much. They have so many forests, so much ramp. I mean, it might be over next turn. At the very least, we get a little bit of damage through with the shifting trample. And any creatures they play do come into play tapped due to Kinjalli, so possibly that might leave them open. Open enough. If Vorin collects anything they're looking to cheat out, tapped, can't attack, that might save us. As I was thinking, when I saw those sleeves, I suspected cheating, ramping shit. Yep, come into play tapped. You know you wanna. Oof. Might not have enough to do it, but I mean, it's certainly nice. I do wish I had Rampaging Ferocidon. No, that would be pretty good. Turning off the life gain from Hydroid Crassus. That would have locked things up. Oh, Regisaur Alpha. Does that do it? I think it might. Well, that force definitely has to block. Enrage Doubler, yes. I think it's all but guaranteed we're going to get some more Enrage stuff. I would... Actually, my all-time favorite pick, wish, for Lost Caverns of Ixalan is an Enrage Dinosaur Lord that costs either 4 or 5 and gives all dinos you control some Enrage ability, whatever it is. Or that Enrage Doubler. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, we got to get more Enrage stuff. That's going to be fun. Perhaps it'll push dinos a little bit higher on the tier list. I don't think it's going to move the needle a whole lot, just because it is one set and they do have to make some vampires, merfolk, pirates. There's probably not going to be a whole lot of space, but at the very least, we're getting some stuff. Well, fortunately we can't play anything, but it's nice holding that land back, maybe faking that we have a dinosaur to play. Certainly makes sense they didn't want to go to 1. Oh, never mind, we're just dead. Lair of the Hydra is going to get to lethal, unfortunately. I forgot about the manland. Never forget about the manland. Maybe the opponent forgets about that. They don't. I don't think they do. We'll see. I mean, it would be a sad day if we don't get any dinos. We'll see. I know merfolk were kind of an afterthought, sort of slapped into Ixalan, kind of late in the design stage of things. We gotta get at least 2. We'll certainly get more than 1. Maybe it'll all be legendary stuff. Well, at least they noticed when they didn't do lethal. That was good. They could have killed us. Phew. Well, they're not attacking with that Crassus, that's for sure. Right, basically any body I'd be happy with. Regisaur. Regisaur. There's nothing. Oh, that's not a body. 3, 2, 2. Not gonna do it, unfortunately. All right. Well, you know, even if you have 20 lands, 22, 24 lands, how many do I have? 24 lands. Well, sometimes you still draw them, but Rampaging Ferocidon, stop that Hydroid Crassus life gain, and still have them come into play tapped. That was quite nice. Ripjaw. Cherished Hatchling, I do like. The fighting potential of taking out lands is always lovely stuff. You know what? I'm going to cut the Ripjaw. One copy of the Queen. Let's do it. And also there, I mean, that's another highlight for Anger of the Gods. 3 damage. Taking out any lands that Nissa has made. Pretty lovely. Oh, that is very, very lovely stuff. Yeah. Lots of goodies. Hopefully a little bit bigger dinosaur to make use of Cherished Hatchling there, but I think this is the game. We get to show off and take some stuff out. Maybe shifting Ceratops. Definitely going to be taking out the Risen Reef. That will be the target. Oh, okay. I mean, it's a little unfortunate, as Kinjalli's would temporarily go down to 1. Yeah, I'll just do... Oh, nuts. That should have been Stomping Ground. You know what? Marauding Raptor still. Actually, what am I thinking? A Boreal Grazer. Just going to block the Marauding there. But yeah, would have been nice to go Kinjalli's for that single white green devotion deck. Simic Ramp, I believe. Very nasty, nasty stuff. Hydroid Crassus, sinking a bunch of mana into it. Drawing cards for half the value of X and gaining life for half the value of X. And it's a flying trampler. I mean, Hydras are already scary enough, but when it's got flying and trample, and it draws them cards and it gains them life, that's a pretty fantastic package. And they certainly have a lot of ramp. Enough ramp here at this point. Yeah, I would like that sweeper. Taking out Leafkin, Risen Reef, Arboreal Grazer. My goodness. Tomorrow night is going to be good. Ooh, they can do just about anything at this point. At least it's not Sultai Ramp, adding in that black color for lots of nasty removal. I'm okay with just Simic blue-green ramp. Not so bad. Could be worse. Oh, there we go. That's actually quite nice. Still got to be Kinjalli's plus Rampaging. Saving the Cherished Hatchling, like I mentioned at the start, it can be a little bit awkward due to the Marauding Raptor pings. Don't really want to play Hatchling at the moment. I might just play it simply to buff Marauding Raptor there. You know what? We'll swing with Kinjalli's. Oh wait, never mind. Our Boreal has reach. We'll see. I feel like our Boreal would have wanted to block Marauding anyways. They want to preserve Risen Reef and the Leafkin Druid. Yes, okay. Good stuff. A little bit of a ping. A chip. Play that Hydroid Crassus. Nissa I could see. And then set up for a really massive Hydroid Crassus on the following turn. Ugin. Boogin. Yikes. Hard to say who he's going to kill. Oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Alright. Well. I'll take the action. I'll go with Topiary plus Cherished Hatchling. Might as well. Use up all available mana. Get a bunch of bodies and see what Ugin does. But anything ramping, Ugin is pretty fantastic payoff. Hard to top that guy. Okay, man, he's aggressive with the exiling. Carnage Tyrant isn't even safe. Well, he would be safe now. Kind of wants Storm's Wrath. Taking out Ugin, chipping away at Nissa. It would drop her to 2. It would also take out the lands that she makes right here. As Marauding isn't really going to give us a good foothold in this matchup. That's not going to do the trick. Not a whole lot would do the trick since they have that Ugin resolved. Possibly shifting Ceratops hasty. Swing past, do just enough damage to Ugin to take him out, even if they did block with the land. It would be nice. Sneaky trample, of course, is always nice. In the past, when I have used Cherished Hatchling, kind of just feels like maybe you should simply have a spell that makes one of your creatures fight something else. But I don't know. I can't resist the urge. There's always something scratching in the back of my mind. Use nuts. Is this more Simic Ramp? My goodness. It would be very Temur Ramp. Oh. Well, well, well. Hopefully this is fast enough. It definitely has the potential. Marauding, Topiary, Regisaur. But they went first, and that's not going to be good. Oh. That's all right. I haven't ramped too much yet. Oh, this is good. This is good. We got chance here, folks. A slim possibility. Oh boy. Okay. Ramp away. Regisaur, Kinjalli's, get her done. Nice applying pressure with Marauding now that it's buffed. Able to take out those grazers. A ramp deck that's starved on lands, mana screwed. I will never feel sad for that. Actually, you know what? Cherished Hatchling, die. Power up Marauding Raptor. Regisaur Alpha to fight the Grazer. Or maybe, yeah, Regisaur Alpha to fight the Grazer. Grazer is 0, of course, so lovely stuff. Doesn't deal damage to Regisaur, and Regisaur is still going to live after the ping from Marauding. Ooh, I like it. Okay, we had Cherished Hatchling. Cleared the way. a little bit. But perhaps when using Cherished Hatchling, maybe Marauding should not be in the list. Certainly, okay. Well, I didn't expect that. But what I assume is ramp. It's got to be Temur Nasty Ramp. Wondering about the blast zone there. Could be something enchantment related, maybe. Fires of Invention could be a possibility. But I don't think we really need Cherished Hatchling. They probably don't have a whole lot of creatures. We maybe just got lucky seeing the grazers, and then of course they missed the lands a little bit. Possibly life gain stuff. Maybe more Hydroid Crassuses, but I think Rampaging should put in the work. Switch the Ripjaw with Carnage Tyrant, having something a little bit more durable. Actually, maybe cut down one Carnage Tyrant. Bring the Queen. Alright. I don't think we'll get quite so lucky that this deck gets starved with lands. I think for the most part they're probably running 27, 28, maybe up to 30. Not too sure, but definitely around 28, I would imagine. That is awkward. I mean, I'll keep it. Hopefully Unclaimed Territory doesn't have to be, excuse me, named as human. Excuse me again. My goodness. And we gotta send the Queen to the bottom. A sad, sad night. Temple of Mystery. Still a mystery what their game plan is. Well, they know we're dinos. I gotta do it. I gotta do it. Technically, I could have gone Blast Zone. That may have been a little bit better. Save Unclaimed Territory just in case we draw a Source of Red coming up here. Okay, well, we didn't draw a Source of Red, so we would have had to name human anyways. We're kind of in a pinch a little bit. Unclaimed Territory, Secluded Courtyard. Oh! Okay. Got her done. Well. I mean, yeah. Dinos are so scary and powerful. You don't even need lands. Huntmaster is all you need to slam. They see that and they just pack it in. They know nasty aggression is about to happen. And we'll be slapping them with lots of powerful creatures. Okay. I'll take it. I cherish those moments. I'm a hubber. I Maro bot. Boop. That's hey. Could be nice if they got creatures. Gonna slow them down plenty with the Sunwings and plenty of lands. Play whatever big we draw. Well, Azorius Control, if it is what it is, might not have a whole lot of creatures, but they do have those samurai tokens that Wayward Emperor, Wandering Emperor makes. Dinosaur it is. I'll try for the Sunwing, of course, just to draw out that sensor or some counter spell. I'd rather them burn it on this. Okay, there's the sensor. Could have held out, but I named Secluded Courtyard as Dinosaurs, so they know shenanigans are about. Try for the Topiary. Okay, good. Good stuff. Esper. It might be Esper Greasefang. Hopefully that's not the case and it's just Esper Control. Can't believe I'm saying that, but... I'll go for the next Topiary just to get to 7 lands. See if they do anything. Okay, good. I think they're scared. The fact we have both Topiaries turned on, we can only attack with one, but play it safe, conservatively, maybe hold back Shifting or Regisaur. I do have nice bit of hasty attacking potential there. Yeah. Just classic Esper Control, it seems, then. I mean, who knows? Playing Dino certainly is pretty crazy, so could be surprised. They got plenty up. I imagine they would counter Regisaur. Try for Shifting. That's going to be a lot of damage. Can't counter it. Ooh. Possibly could have played Cherished Hatchling. They're doing some Void Rend. Ha! You can't do anything to Shifting because Void Rend is part blue, of course, so Shifting does survive. Quite durable. I could see him sweeping next turn. Wouldn't be bad, of course. I could have played Cherished Hatchling, but that would have done nothing. Wandering Emperor. It's either Wandering Emperor or Settle the Wreckage, so we'll see what's what. Slap the Hatchling and Wandering Emperor. Hey, never would have guessed. I'm actually just glad it's not Settle the Wreckage. I'm glad Settle the Wreckage isn't very common. Anybody that doesn't know that card, 2 and 2 white, exile all attacking creatures. And for each creature exiled this way, their controller searches their library for a basic land, which is quite lovely stuff. Oftentimes does the trick. But I'm going to hold off and see if they sweep or kill the Hatchling or something. Sweep us. You know you wanna. Let's do some flashy plays. Teferi maybe... Oh, bouncing. I'm okay with that. I'm taking out Teferi. Absolutely. Absolutely going to happen. I feel they don't have a sweeper. And it's safe to go... Yeah, definitely. Regisaur Alpha. We got enough. We're taking out Teferi 100%. Maybe. Let me think. Well, it's not lethal. Samurai blocks Marauding. Hit him for 5. Take him down to 4. Ooh, actually, I like that. That might do it. If they can sweep us, they'd be forced to sweep. Recover with Shifting Ceratops for hopefully lethal. After they do a sweeper. Yeah, let's not care about Teferi. He's down to 1, so he can't bounce anything. I don't like that thing. Well, hopefully it's not a sweeper. March for Otherworldly Light is a very fantastic removal, though. Supreme Verdict. The verdict is in. Hey, there we go. At least it seems like. Hopefully we'll take him down to 1. Okay, good stuff. Get to play shifting a little bit cheaper and all right, here goes nothing. Question is, take him to 1? I think that's what I want to do. They looked at shifting, they're a little bit worried about that hasty potential, so hopefully it's not another sweeper. I feel like they're digging. Ashiok, that's not quite going to do it. Can't do anything to shifting because, again, protection from blue. Ashiok, part blue. Have to make another. I'd have to do something to shifting, at least. Well, they do have 4 now, so of course it could be Wandering Emperor, something like that. Oh, Kinjalli is all right. Let's try for it. Just hope it's not Wandering Emperor. Oh, did it. Oh, yes. All right. Retro hits, how's it going? Yeah. Ooh. That was scary. Maybe they were thinking we play it safe. They were bluffing. And we called their bluff. Luckily. Oh, jeez. Always lovely. Taking down control like that. Especially with the shifting Ceratops. Really does seem to do the trick. Teferi's never bouncing it, of course. Doesn't survive Supreme Verdict or March of Otherworldly Light or the Wandering Emperor, but for the most part, life is good. Life is good. I actually cut the front and the back grass maybe for the last time for the year. We'll see how fast it grows. But yeah, Carnage Tyrant against a list like this is what you want to be doing. Maybe Cherished Hatchling. We'll cut that guy. One Galta for the flashy power. Yeah, I definitely think they hold more lands in their hands than we know, just to do the bluffing stuff. It's gotta be. Always sucks though. You get them down to 1 or 2. You just can't quite do that last little bit of damage. Yeah, I think that looks good. I was actually thinking of doing a live stream of cutting the grass, but couldn't quite figure out how to do the video well enough. Maybe start a series, Tarzan at home or Arfie at home. Something like that. Behind the scenes. But that's not going to be enough lands. Okay, oh, that's better. Ooh. I do think we gotta... I'm going to keep Carnage Tyrant. Yeah. I like Carnage Tyrant in this too much to pass it up. And if we get multiple copies, of course, that's always nice. Do have 4 lands, so we would be able to go shifting Ceratops if they do something to Marauding. Retro hits, I don't know. Of course, I always do love Never Gonna Give You Up. Absolutely, by Rick Astley. I guess I should really pronounce the T. Right. No censor for them. Yeah, that's probably my favorite. I know it's been used for memes and Rick rolls and that sort of stuff, but I was hoping I would avoid the Void Rend. That was not the case. Shifting. Take the ping with Stomping Ground, Topiary Stomper, and Ramp a little bit, I hope. You know what? I'll decline. Just because we have this 5th land here. If I didn't have the 5th land there, I probably would have put them back on top. Hopefully we get a 6th land, eventually Carnage Tyrant, but with the 5th land, again, we do have the potential of hasty shifting, maybe taken out to Fairy if, well, they go with that. It's, ooh, I like this. I mean, Jetmir's is always pretty nice. Potential Carnage next turn. I think I'm going to play it safe. Go with Rampaging. Make them think we don't have anything nasty. They're certainly not going to sweep a single Rampaging, so if they play other little creatures or whatnot, Rampaging might tick away at them a little bit. Elvis Presley, Michael Jackson, oh yes, beat it. Sometimes Dinos don't beat it, but they always have the personality of beating it, bringing the pain. I'm going to try for it. Huntmaster, shifting for 3. And then we're still left over with 1 to give it haste, maybe. But I feel like a Wandering Emperor is up their sleeve. I guess we're going to find out. Gotta find out at some point. Okay. So not a Wandering Emperor. I think if they did have a Wandering Emperor, maybe they would have gone that. Of course, Rampaging Ferocidon does stop that little bit of life gain that they get when they exile a creature with the Wandering Emperor there. Kind of nice. Teferi, that's okay. Do it. We got the big nasty coming up. 2, 4. Unfortunately, I don't have 7, but definitely Carnage Tyrant, hasty, take out Teferi. Taking him down to, well, quite a bit would be nice, but I want to stop the card draw. I might have a sweeper. Supreme Verdict. Oh, they don't. Okay, okay. We're in business here. If they were at 10, I mean, that's still hard to deal with. They could have gone a sweeper and they would have had Teferi, so oftentimes it does feel good. More right taking out Teferi. All depends how low they are, of course. Okay, here goes nothing. Oh boy. Carnage Tyrant, let's go. They're at 3, so they don't have enough for Supreme Verdict. They might get a land plus Supreme Verdict. Oh boy. Nuts. They do. Yep, they got it. They wouldn't be swinging with that shark if they didn't. Alright. Hasty shifting. Well, it's not hasty shifting, but it is a body at least. Certainly have enough lands. Dream Troll, let's go shifting Ceratops. Fly right past that thing. Actually, Rampaging Ferocidon to turn off the Dream Trawler. Blast Zone. It still wouldn't take out the Dream Trawler. Yeah, we're not going to claw our way back. Possibly, if we had the Shifting Ceratops. And the Rampaging to turn off Dream Trawler's life gain. Ah, that's too bad. Yeah, Dream Trawler, very hard to deal with. Bring that up for everybody. Flying Lifelink, a 3/5. Whenever they draw a card, Dream Trawler gets +1/+0. Oftentimes they have multiple ways to draw cards, not just at the start of their turn, and when it attacks they draw a card, so there is that other way. They can discard a card and it gains hexproof until end of turn. Of course, if it's already attacking, it's going to be tapped, so it's not a drawback, but it is hard to deal with. Of course, if they have all those extra lands in hand, yeah, it's tough, but keep it as is. Hope to go as fast as possible, and yeah. Shifting gets her done. That's too awkward, too awkward. But I'm going to make that work. Possibly. I've done it before. I've risked the biscuit. Risked the Dino, all because I got turn 1, Commune, green, get the second land, secluded. Yes, indeed. It was nice seeing Marauding, but at least got to get the second land to have any hope. Portable hole. No portable hole. Ooh. Get them to use the sensor on Sunwing if that's the thing they got. Definitely want that to happen over the Topiary Stomper there. Oh, took him down to 19. That's close. We're almost evening it up. Gotta watch out for that Huntmaster. Nuts. Well, it's an uphill battle, but we took him back down to 19. Keeping him on edge. They gotta watch out. Sunwing. Probably something bad is happening. Either counterspell, removal. If we don't draw another land next turn, that might just do it. Well, we got something down. That is good. Yeah, that's not gonna do it, but again, you have 24 lands, 28, whatever. You will have matches like that every now and then. At least we did bring the pain to them fantastically in game 1 there. Lovely stuff. Oof is right. I'm having a good time. You guys, again, hopefully are having a good time. The bear is having a good time, just minding his own business. Maybe the opponent can't bear this glitch. I think both sides probably appreciate it just because it is so amusing. I'm gonna go with that. Commune with Dinosaurs, maybe grabbing that Marauding Raptor. Hopefully not having to pass up a Huntmaster. It's always rough stuff, but keep the game plan going. It is nice seeing both of them. Because I do have 4 lands. I'll try for that turn 1 Commune. Oh, hey, alright, well, that changes things. Big time. So it is nice we're able to go, or at least it makes sense to go Jetmir's Garden turn 1 and dragons. Ooh, hey, dragons. Good oh, this is getting interesting here. All right. Oh boy, this is going to be the battle for the ages, and hopefully they don't use Dragon's Fire or something to kill Marauding here. Well, see what Commune gets. I think they want to kill Marauding. They probably can. Gotta do something. Tons of lands. Blast Zone it is. Might be nice to take out Orb of Dragonkind. Maybe they can take out Kinjalli Sunwing while it's temporarily damaged from Marauding, but at the very least having their little accelerators or the dragons come into play tapped with Kinjalli Sunwing feels pretty good. Hopefully it slows them down enough. Interesting. What are they thinking? Certainly expect them to kill somebody. Surprised that, oh, yep, like I said, Dragon's Fire coming up. So, oh, hey, there we go. A replacement. You gotta love it. Topiary Stomper, though. I love that. You know what? I'm going to take that ping. Set up a little bit, Marauding. With that Source of Green, go Commune and... ooh. What do I like here? Well, nothing really blue related. Dragons. Regisaur it is. Good stuff. Play a dragon next turn and watch it come into play tapped. And watch them shed tears because it's going to be very explosive. There's not a whole lot they can do. I think it might be lethal next turn with Regisaur. 6 from Marauding, 3 from the token, 9. Not quite. Ha ha ha. There we go. Dead. Whew. Man, Kinjalli's Sunwing gets her done. We would have lost that if Kinjalli's wasn't there. Glorybringer come into play. They would have attacked, exerted, taken out Marauding. Maybe we still would have made it work, but oof for the opponent, I think. But they'll probably make Kinjalli Sunwing public enemy number 1 after that showing. I would imagine. That was pretty sweet, though. That's what you hope. Their big haymaker is dead on arrival. Useless. Not doing a whole lot. If we get them low enough, they're dead. Can't do much. If they play a creature, they're still wide open the following turn. But dragons. Hard to say. I think I'll just leave it as is, really. Yeah. I like the shifting Ceratops' potential of reach to block all the flying dragons. I guess most dragons, maybe all dragons have flying. No, there's probably some that don't. But the reach from shifting might come in handy. I'm going to make it work. They took a mulligan, which is nice. We should get to 3 lands, if all goes well for Topiary. A little bit of setup with Cherished Hatchling for turn 2. Might as well. Oh, Huntmaster. We'll see. I might still go Cherished Hatchling on turn 2. That's a tough one. No, I'm going to risk it. I like the acceleration of Huntmaster too much, and hopefully no Dragon's Fire. Rivaz. I was wondering when we would see this. So Rivaz, 1 black, red, 3/3 menace, tap, add mana, cast dragon spells. It's like a dragon super ramp. This is going to be scary and not quite as fast as I would like, but we got the Sunwing. Lovely stuff. Let's go. Play a big dragon and watch it come into play tapped. Might not buy us enough time. They're not really low. Oh, yeah, there we go. No lands is no chance, really. Yeah, if we had drawn enough lands, maybe Marauding mixed in there, I definitely would have done the trick. It's pretty cool. First time seeing Dragon Tribal with the new support. Legendary Viashino. No. Oh, okay, that's better. Oh, way better. Quite a bit. Send Topiary to the bottom. Likely this forest gonna grab a 3rd land. We go Shifting Ceratops turn 3 anyways. Regisaur turn 4. So I don't see Topiary working into the curve as it is. Of course they could just do a Dragon's Fire on Marauding, but hope that doesn't happen. No Dragon's Fire. Okay, continue with the setup. Oh, there we go. Yes, looking good. If all goes well, might have him next turn. Okay, cross the fingers. Do some more setup. Yes, please. Oh, this is it. I think this might be it. Maximum damage, power, aggression. If you go too slow, dinos get her done. I don't see him sweeping us, but it might happen. Maybe. Technically, Orb of Dragonkind is similar to Marauding Raptor. It does tap for 2 mana in a way. Cost reduction could help you cast 2 creatures in a turn, 2 mana worth, and it's a body to boot, where Orb of Dragonkind only ever helps tap for 2 mana. Actually, they have to spend 1, so technically it only taps for 1. Marauding Raptor in this scenario, in comparison, infinitely better, I think. Quite a bit better. Not strictly, because, I mean, Marauding dies to fatal push, cut down, that sort of thing, and I think they're mad. I've had exact scenarios sitting on the opposite side, not drawing lands, that sort of thing, and it happens to everybody. Happened to me tonight. Happened to me multiple times tonight. Yeah, it definitely won't help. Doesn't matter how good your deck is. It could be the top tier of top tiers. You're still going to lose, and you won't draw lands. Nothing you can do. Maybe you add in 2 more lands, and sometimes that just won't do anything. You could have 18 lands, draw perfect lands, and have tons of extra space for lovely other things. Enormous Energy Blade. I've actually thought about... That's another list. So artifacts and things that increased just power to pair with Zalortha. Lethal damage is dealt to creatures you control. It's calculated based on their power. So if, you know, Marauding Raptor had 8 power, it would technically, for damage-wise, be considered an 8-8 instead of an 8-3. Pretty fantastic. Yes, nice. Taking down a tribal versus tribal for the end of the night, I think. Leave it there for now, because that was pretty fantastic. Lots of lovely games, but Jund Dinos, enormous Jund Dinos, certainly fits. Big power. Kind of funny to think a dino wielding a purple glowing energy blade. Of course they would be biting it in their teeth. That's some other list I've been thinking about. Yeah, I'll leave it there for tonight. Retro hits, Stanley, Draco, JDX, Heaven, if you're watching later on. Anybody else? That was good. Hopefully you enjoyed as much as I did. Yes, good luck to you as well. Remember, there's always room for improvement. Have a good night, a good morning, evening, afternoon. Do your lunch. Make your lunch. Do your dishes. Do your laundry. Sweep the floor. Vacuum. Have a good one. Peace.